Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us. We'll just give it a couple of minutes as people join in the session. Fantastic. Great to see you here today. Thanks for joining. We will get started in just one moment. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining. We are just taking a moment for people to join the session, and then we will get started. A couple more people joining. I'll just let them connect, and then we will get started. All right. Fantastic. Thanks everyone so much for joining us. We're really excited to deliver this session. I will mention that we are recording today's session and it will be available afterwards. So once again, thank you all for coming along to the Victorian Government Graduate Program Information Session. My name is Linda Lozano and I'm a Senior Advisor in the Program Design and Delivery team at the Victorian Public Sector Commission. I'd like to start by acknowledging the traditional owners of the lands that we're meeting on today. I'm on the lands of the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation, and I pay my respects to elders past and present and extend that respect to First Nations people joining us today. As we get started, I'd like to take you through some of our housekeeping for today's event. So our session will run for 1 hour. Closed captions are available and can be turned on or off from your toolbar. As I mentioned, the session is being recorded and we will share the session link at the end of the session to those that have registered. And our email address is the best place to contact us with any questions that you may have after today's session. And thank you to those that sent some questions in with your registration form. We will be getting to those questions. We'll be asking our graduate panel to answer these shortly. So our session overview, I will introduce our speakers for today and what they are going to cover. Shortly, we'll hear from Kim Mawson, Senior Advisor in the Engagement and Events team here at the VPSC. And Kim will give an overview, including the graduate streams and pathways. Then we'll hand over to Michelle McStocker, who is our Program Manager at Hoban Recruitment, and Michelle will take us through the application process and provide some tips for your application. We'll then move on to our graduate panel, and we have Jadalyn Cerezo and Michael Rofi, who will share their program experience and will answer some of those questions that you provided through your registration form. So I'll now hand over to Kim to provide program overview. Thanks, Kim.
Linda, and I too would like to pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging, and just let you know I am on the lands of the Dja Dja Wurrung people today. I am the Senior Advisor for the Engagement and Events team at the VPSC and a colleague of Jodie and Linda, who are joining us today for the session. And I'm going to explain to you a little bit about the Victorian Government Graduate Program, which we're very excited that you've all joined us for the information session on, because it is really one of the most flagship early career programs you could show interest in. Yesterday, we in fact celebrated the 43rd graduation ceremony, and Michael and Jadalyn, who are here with us today, have been those graduates. I think Michael, yours was yesterday. So 43 years is not a bad going for a program, with more than 2,500 public servants getting their start in this program. So it's a very illustrious program that you're looking to be part of. So we recruit graduates from diverse backgrounds to help us deliver services and outcomes for the Victorian community. And what we're looking for are people who are looking to do real work, and you'll get structured support and learning when you're actually working on real-time projects for each of the departments that you'll be joining. So how the program works, it's a 12-month graduate program. And as you'll see here on the slide, there's actually 2 rotations this year around. Some of you might have known previous years who have done 3 rotations to give you an opportunity to get really deep into the work and into your departments. You'll now be doing 2 rotations. And that is, as I mentioned, it's real work on real projects and programs. And for those of you who see the program through to the end, you're actually going to be joining us as long-term VPS employees. You'll actually be offered a VPS 3 role on successful completion. So that's a great pay rise to around about just under $84,000 a year. And most importantly, you'll build amazing VPS networks that will serve you through the rest of your career. I think we've all and got connections that we've met in our first careers, and many of us are lucky to have those still as our contacts. So you'll have a really good opportunity there to build those networks. So as you can see on the screen, we actually recruit, so the Victorian Public Sector Commission recruits on behalf of the 10 departments and agencies. So you'll get to work across all of these. So you might be getting a start at education, but then move into Department of Premier and Cabinet. You might be someone who starts with Department of Families, Fairness and Housing, and then goes on to work in Treasury and Finance. So there's a range of government departments that you'll work with. And as I mentioned at yesterday's graduation ceremony, we heard from some previous graduates about their time with their departments and agencies. So I thought I would just bring along a little gimmick, which you can't quite see on camera, but it is a little lunchbox kit, because at some of those departments, you'll find that they actually don't have any cutlery, was one of the tips from one of the guys yesterday from her time with the Victorian Police. They actually all apparently must nick their cutlery. So remember to bring your cutlery kit if you're with the police. So the graduate streams, now we've got 4 streams that you'll be joining. And I'm going to explain to you a little bit about each of those streams. So you might have heard the term generalist. What that means is you could have studied anything. So any of the degrees, undergraduate or postgraduate, is what we're looking for you to put your hand up for the generalist stream. So what you'll get to do is you'll be working on policy, projects, strategy, program and project delivery, and that'll give you a broad government experience and exposure. For those of you who are deep in budget time, which we're about to hit, so those of you that have done accounting and finance, etc., you'll become very handy to us very quickly, because you'd be looking at how you can help look at financial analysis, accounting, procurement, budgeting, and all of those things to give the state of Victoria a better handle on our budget. So for those of you that are our accounting and finance and banking and commerce people, this is the stream where you'll get to make your difference. And as we know, we're all moving into a world of AI and data and analytics. So for those of you who've done data, IT, mathematics, computer science, statistics, modelling, we're looking for people who can join us in our departments to do data analysis, insights, and what you'll wind up being is someone who works in government with strong data and analysis skills. And the 4th stream is economic consultancy. So we're looking for people who have studied economics, and I know I'm going to get this one wrong because I always do econometrics. I'm hoping I got that one right. Philosophy, politics, and that's if you did it as a major or minor in those 2 subjects. So you'll be working on economics, research and advice, social and environmental policy, and applied economic skills. Most importantly, as we mentioned, we're talking earlier about that the public service reflects the community that it serves. So we want the public service to be really diverse. So that means we're looking for people who come from all walks of life, all backgrounds, because we want to best represent the state of Victoria. Let's face it, we all come in all different shapes and sizes and backgrounds. But we also know that sometimes people need some support. So we actually offer pathways for people who are from First Peoples background. So those of you who are joining us who are Aboriginal or Torres Strait Islander and are looking to join the First Peoples pathway, you'll connect in with our First Peoples Workforce Culture Capability team as we live our Barrenjoeyang strategy. And those of you who may identify that you have, you're an applicant with disability, we also have a team who are here to offer you engagement and support through the application process, and should you be successful throughout your graduate year. So the pathways are there for you to have that support. It's up to you to let us know that, and of course we treat that with confidentiality. So please, if you feel that you need to apply through those pathways, we really encourage you to do so. So hopefully that's given you a good handle on the streams and the pathways. And I'm going to hand over now to Michelle, I think, who's going to talk to you about the application process. Thanks, Michelle.
Thank you very much. So as Linda mentioned, my name's Michelle McStocker. I'm from the Hoban recruitment team. So I'm the project manager, managing the process and working in collaboration with the VPSC for this process. Now, what you can see on the screen is an overview of the recruitment process as a whole, and I'm going to work through what we're going to do at each side of that recruitment process. So firstly, it'll be an application form. The recruitment process begins with the online application form, and at this stage, you'll be asked to provide your personal information, select your stream and pathway preferences, and provide details about your education, including your qualification and field of study. If you progress past the application stage, then you'll be invited to complete a cognitive assessment. This assessment is delivered by our external provider called Criteria, and the assessment itself is called Cognify. It takes approximately about 30 minutes, and it's a game-based assessment that measures problem-solving ability, numerical ability, and verbal knowledge. If you'll progress from the cognitive assessment, then you'll be invited to complete a one-way video interview. And this is completed online at a time that suits you within a specified time frame. And we do utilize that platform Criteria for this assessment as well. During the one-way video interview, you'll be asked 2 behavioural-based questions. Now, there will be another information session scheduled on the 29th of May, and that's where we'll go through some further information about the cognitive assessment and the one-way video interview as well, so you can feel prepared before you undertake those activities. Now, in terms of role preferencing and the VAC, which is the Virtual Assessment Centre, if you progress from the earlier stages, then you'll be invited to nominate your role preferences prior to attending the Virtual Assessment Centre. Now, the Virtual Assessment Centre has 2 stages. So the first is an online work sample that's also administered via our provider Criteria. So that's where you'll receive an email to log into the portal and complete that in your own time within a specified time frame. And then you'll be invited to a virtual panel interview. Now, there will be another information session scheduled again on the 1st of July to provide you with more details about the role preferences and what to expect from the VAC activities. From there, the final stage is the offer stage, and that's essentially the full recruitment journey from application through to offers. Each stage is designed to assess different skills and capabilities while also giving you insight into what working in the VPS is like. So in terms of who we're looking for, so the Victorian Public Service is committed to a diverse workforce and having a public service that reflects the community that it serves. And we're looking for applicants that want to work for government and share VPS values of respect, responsiveness, integrity, human rights, impartiality, accountability, and leadership. We look for creative and curious individuals with a drive to learn with the following strengths: so verbal and written communication skills, problem solving and analytical skills, adaptable and resilience, and collaboration. So in terms of the program eligibility and who we're looking for, the Victorian Public Service is open to candidates who are an Australian or New Zealand citizen or an Australian permanent resident. Unfortunately, temporary graduate visas would not be eligible for this program. You need to have completed a bachelor or postgraduate degree. That is the Australian Qualifications Framework level 7 or above between the 1st of January 2024 and the 1st of January 2027. And you also need to have not taken a voluntary redundancy from the Victorian public sector in the last 3 years prior to February of 2027. So that brings me to the end of the recruitment process and some information about the candidates that we're looking for. So now I'd like to hand over to Linda.
Great. Thanks so much, Michelle, and thanks, Kim, both of you for the detailed information that you've provided about the program and the application process. So we're now up to our panel, Q&A with our graduate alumni, and we have selected the questions that were submitted by the audience from your registration forms. So we will ask, we've got Michael and Jadalyn, we'll ask them both to answer some of those questions and provide their insight about their experience as part of the graduate program and working in the Victorian government. So I might start with asking our panel to introduce themselves by telling us what they studied at university, their graduate stream, and a little bit about the roles that they did during the graduate year or the current role that they're in at the moment. We might start with you, Michael.
Hi, so I'm Michael, as you said. I work in the Department of Premier and Cabinet. I work in a team called the Families, Fairness and Housing Branch. We monitor the Department of Families, Fairness and Housing for the Department of Premier and Cabinet. It's a bit complex, but you see this when you come to government. There are branches that monitor what other departments do, so the left hand knows what the right hand's doing. At university, I did an undergraduate Bachelor of Arts where I majored in politics and international studies. I also did a bit of history and economics on the side. And then I did a postgraduate Juris Doctor or law degree, and that was my basis for coming into government.
Great, thank you. And Jadalyn, over to you.
Hi, I'm Jadalyn. I'm currently working at Department of Transport and Planning. I'm currently a finance officer that works under the finance control team in the investment and technology group. So my team mainly focuses on the financial statement side of things for my department. I studied a Bachelor of Business Professional Accountancy at RMIT, so I majored in accounting, and so I'm in the accounting and finance stream.
Fantastic. Thank you. You can see on the screen, the slide does show the questions that we have pulled from your registrations and that we will be asking our panel. So we'll start with Jadalyn, and then we'll go to Michael to answer this question. But when we were looking at the questions, there was a common theme. A lot of people did actually want to know, what sort of experience is needed in order to apply. So, Jadalyn, starting with you, what sort of experience and qualifications did you have before applying, and how important do you think prior work experience is before you start?
Yep. Thanks, Linda. So before I applied, I already had about 2.5 years of accounting experience at Deloitte. I got that through my course at RMIT. I did pretty much 10 months of work experience with Deloitte, and I continued with them. I would say that prior work experience isn't a necessity. I met a lot of friends throughout the program who this was their first professional job that they worked, and they were quite successful throughout the program. I would say the main important part is just being a team player and just being adaptable.
Fantastic, thank you. And how about you, Michael?
Yeah, so I probably have similar insights to Jadalyn. There are people across the program who had a complete career already and decided to do a career change, through the people who it's their first day out of uni, never had a job before. And there's a whole range there, and that doesn't necessarily indicate much. When it came to applying, so during my university, I'd done some policy internships. And that was handy to say I'd done some work on some policy things, showed I had some interest. So I feel like that helped. But also just if you can translate any kind of work or uni experience you had. So you might have had a uni group project. We can show you team management skills. For example, my uni job, I worked in an emergency department as an admin person. I don't know if anyone's seen The Pit, but that was sort of my day-to-day while I was at uni. And so I was able to use examples from that to just show how I, can think in the workplace, how I can work as part of a team, that sort of stuff that they're looking for in the interview, or that, just to show that you competent, basically. So a mix of the academic stuff and the bit of internship experience to show interest, and just being able to pull things from life like work or other experience that might be handy in the application, I found was handy.
Fantastic. Thank you for that response. Okay, we might stay with you, Michael. Just choosing where to work after university. Everyone does come to it with different motivations. So we'd really like to understand what made you choose the Victorian Government Graduate Program in the first place, and starting with the Victorian Government.
Well, with the Victorian government, I knew I wanted to work in the public sector. I was interested a bit in policy and government. I've got the policy and legal background, so it made a lot of sense to me. I'd applied for a few different government grad programs. The Victorian government really interested me because there's a range of different things you can do. So, I had some friends, they might have gone to the ACCC grad program or something like that, but there you're only doing one sort of thing, where the Victorian government, for me, for example, one of my rotations of the Department of Premier and Cabinet, where I was doing policy work, and then I went out to Agriculture Victoria and I was doing work on dingo management. So a completely separate thing, across things. We get to see a lot of different stuff. So, and you get a lot of training out of that. You see a lot of different things. So I found it was really handy in that regard. So that's where I sort of jumped to apply. Not only did I have that interest in working in the public sector, but I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do. I'm not one of those people who are 5 years old and said I want to do exactly this, which I'm a bit jealous of people who are. So it gave me an opportunity to see a lot of different things, test out what I might like, and just see a lot of different things to kind of put different feathers in my cap.
Fantastic. Thank you for that. Okay, so our audience is keen to understand what a day-to-day looks like in Victorian government, also as part of a graduate program, and how you build relationships across some of those large departments. Well, we might go to Jadlyn for your experience. What did your average day look like, and how did you go about building those connections during the program?
Yeah, so my average day as an accountant, it did look different across the three departments that I rotated in. Some teams will run things slightly differently, which is why adaptability is a really good trait to have. But my day sometimes consisted of asking like what I could work on next because I might have finished the work the prior day. Or it might be performing a monthly or quarterly task, so something that's quite regular in my team. Um, Things that I worked on was like reconciliations, financial statement preparation, monthly budget reports, budget bids, and initiatives. But something that was definitely consistent across the program were coffee catch-ups. So that's kind of how we maintained relationships and kept building connections with people across government. Every time I was in the city, there was a coffee catch up with like a manager. It might be with other grads. It could have been with an executive mentor, or it could have just been like a team catch up in the morning. We would just do a coffee catch up whenever we felt like it. I would also say that throughout the program, there were some social events that were held throughout. So that's another thing that helped us stay connected, even across rotations.
Fantastic. Yes, it sounds like grads keep our coffee shops in the city, keep them going by the number of times people mention coffee catch-ups. Michael, over to you. What did your average day look like in the generalist stream? And how did you go about building those connections during the program?
Yeah, the days really varied across roles and also depending on the day inside roles. So you might have, for example, some of my roles are in the city. So at the Department of Justice or the Department of Premier and Cabinet, I'd have a lot of little discrete matters, things that needed to be responded to quickly, whether that be some legal advice, policy advice. You might have someone's written a letter to the Premier and they want to know about this thing, and you're the person drafting the response. Compared to, you might have some other things that are more longer ongoing. So there was a piece of legislation I was working on at Agriculture Victoria, which was really long and complex, and there was a lot of work going into that. You're writing papers on every single provision of this thing, and it's what you're going to be doing for the next month. So it really depends on role, and just day to day it really changes, and I think that's exciting. I like having a bit of mix in my work, so I quite enjoyed that. As far as it comes to building your network, I tend to just put my hand up for things, try and work with different people. I think people respond well to that. People in the VPS are generally happy to see grads succeed and they happy to see grads grow. So people, if I was willing to put my hand up, are often willing to pass me work, might be willing just to catch up, have a chat, talk about their career path, that kind of stuff. So yeah, I just sort of tried to, grab any opportunity I could with both hands to get that networking experience.
Fantastic. Yeah, and that's a great opportunity. Being a graduate is being able to put your hand up and take those opportunities. It is a development year, and we do want people to be able to stretch themselves and put their hand up where they can. So that's fantastic to hear. We might actually just ask Jalen, as part of the accounting and finance stream, how did you find the additional training and support you received to do that specific accounting and finance work?
Yeah, so throughout the program, there was specific accounting and finance training that was hosted by former graduates. And so it was kind of building on what they, I guess, wanted last year or what they had last year. They're kind of continuing that and paying it forward. I would say the main one that was really useful for me was an Excel advanced training session that we held. It was held by an external party. And it was a really good, like, either refresher course or something to help, just learn. Like, even for me, someone who had worked with Excel for over 3 years at that point, I still learned something new, which was really good. Another thing as well about those trainings were we also got told about different teams that are within Department of Treasury and Finance. In my cohort specifically, there were a lot of accounting and finance grads that were in Department of Treasury and Finance. So for me, who was outside of that, it was really insightful to see like the different perspectives as to what other people do for their work in accounting across government. Another thing as well is my teams were really supportive. They would give me in-depth explanations on how things work, what our team is doing specifically, and how we're contributing to the community. And they also gave me specific resources that were either in relation to what my team is doing and what we're working towards, or just across the department as a whole and what our agenda is. Something that is also always helpful is Google or YouTube, like especially for Excel tips and tricks, I always rely on YouTube, like even now. So yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you for that. And I will just mention throughout the program, all graduates attend specific learning and development. That's part of the graduate year, and you'll do a number of training sessions relevant to building your craft for the public service. But then the streams will have specific training, that technical stream. So as Jadalyn mentioned, the accounting and finance specific training, but data analytics, graduates will do data specific training and get to understand that the different data work that's happening across the departments, and economic consultancy as well. There is technical training to better understand the different types of economic policy work that's happening across the government. And that is one of our unique selling points for this program, is we do get to have that opportunity to jump across government. Right, well, thank you both for sharing that experience. Now, Michael, I'm going to ask you, what part of the graduate year did you enjoy most, and what did you find the most challenging? Because we know there's a lot that goes on during the year, and it's not necessarily smooth sailing for everyone. There are challenges along the way. We'd love to hear your experience.
So enjoyed the most, I think, was just I touched on this before, being able to work on a wide range of things. So as I said, at DPC, I was working on social policy, so things like social housing, the NDIS. Then I went out to Agriculture Victoria. At one point, I wrote a paper on, what the regulations should be for the keeping of axolotls, which is sort of very different to social housing. And then I went to Department of Justice and I was writing legal advice about prison management. So completely different things, and I love getting that wide range of experience, being able to work with a whole bunch of amazing people. And sort of the other side of that coin is probably the most challenging part I found was you'd arrive in a role and you just get your head across everything, and then you go into another role, new team, different people. So there's a lot of change throughout the year, but I don't think you can really have one without the other. And I think because these guys, if they become grads, they'll be having the 6 months rotation, so you probably have a bit much more time to get your teeth dug into things. So that'll probably negate that a bit. So I'd say my most challenging thing though was that you're really switching it up every few months.
Yes. Thank you for that. Yes, I agree. Most people will say that the rotation is quite challenging, but I will also say the growth from when you started at the start of the year to at 12 months later, we are always impressed at what our graduates achieve during the year, but also that maturity that takes place because of those challenges that we have sort of put to you during the year, compared to someone who is just starting their career and will stay in the same role for that 12-month period. But great to hear about the things that you enjoyed. Looking back at the whole program, it's now been just over 12 months. You've moved back to your home roles, but it's good for you to reflect and think about, what really sticks with you, whether it was a work moment or a relationship that you built along the way, or something that you've noticed in your own growth and confidence. We'd love to hear from both of you, maybe starting with Michael, then on to Jadalyn. Looking back, what was the most valuable learning experience that you have taken away from this program?
I don't know if there's one exact experience. I think I made a lot of valuable connections along the way. There's a lot of people who work in different places I now know and I can talk to about things in their area. But the thing I know is because you get a wide experience, you're doing different things, it just ticks off a lot of stuff you can say you've done in a professional setting. So I reckon some of the people on this call might have the feeling they kind of look at jobs and they go, oh God, how do I say I've done something like that before on the application? I've sort of been at uni, what do I do? And so now I look at, job openings and I go, oh, well, that's something similar to what I did in my grad program. I can talk to that if I want to apply to this, which I think, the idea of a grad program is you develop a strong foundation for your career. It's good professional development. So I think that's a big tick in my book.
Fantastic. And over to you, Jadalyn. Looking back, what was the most valuable learning experience you have taken away from the program?
I would say for me, it's saying yes to opportunities that come your way. I think, Michael, you kind of alluded to that earlier. But for me, I said yes to a small group project back when I was at Department of Education. And it involved having to create a presentation on survey results where they were asking teams for feedback on how we performed in the financial year. And it was me and another graduate, and it just ended up like it went from going to presenting to a assistant director and a director, and then it escalated, and then it was raised to our CFO. And so then we ended up presenting to our CFO, and we were really kind of almost starstruck, being like, oh my God, we're presenting to someone who's really high in power. But it was kind of rewarding because it was like we were recognized for the effort that we put into this, like, really small presentation, but they really loved it. So they got us to present to the CFO as well. Um, Another thing would be like when I'm being asked to help out on certain tasks, that really helped boost my confidence in myself, since that really showed that my teams were like wanted to rely on me on specific things. Another thing would be when I did complete those tasks, then going back to those members who requested that from me and then receiving feedback on how I went. Like that would really help me understand what I did well and what I can do better for next time. And then I can pay that forward for either the next task that they give me or the next team that I work with. Another thing would be when you do get that feedback, like being really open about getting that feedback, being kind to yourself if you do make a mistake. I find that when I make mistakes, that's probably the biggest learning point for me. Then I know I'm like, okay, I'll improve it next time. I don't want to make that mistake again. And then that's like the biggest moment where I learn.
Fantastic. That's really A really good observation there. And I've heard someone say that the grown zone is the growth zone. So whether it's challenging work or whether it's a mistake, you will definitely learn. Take it as a learning and a positive rather than a negative. But thank you both, Jalen and Michael. We've really appreciated having you provide your insights and your experience. It's been fantastic for us to have you on the program and have you as ambassadors. So we hope the audience enjoyed that, the selection of questions that did come from what you put in your registration forms. Now, just a reminder that applications do close on Sunday, the 17th of May at 11:30 p.m. Make sure you get your application in early. Don't hesitate. Don't hesitate to put that in because that date will come around really quickly. So I will just say a couple of things just from today's session. We had Michael talk about those transferable skills. Think about what you've done, whether it's at university, whether it's through your work experience, whether it's anything that you're doing within the community, your own lived experiences. Speak to your careers centres at your universities. They can often help you translate those experiences into how you would put them in an application, and you might find that useful when you're filling in going through our application process. Varied work in the Victorian government. No 2 days will be the same. You'll work across teams. You will meet lots of people. You will be exposed to lots of different work, all benefiting the Victorian communities. And we do important work in government, and we're looking for people that want to work for the Victorian communities. I will also just mention that yes, all of the information about our eligibility criteria, the streams and the requirements to apply for some of those specific streams, it's all on the website. So please visit our website, and you'll also find the application form on the website. So we've got the web address there, and we will also send this recording shortly after this session. That final reminder, applications will close 11:30 p.m. on the 17th of May. Don't leave it to the last minute, because then you'll realise that you need to have a copy of your results. You'll need to have a copy of your passport to upload. So allow yourself plenty of time. And in fact, as you're going through the assessment stages, always allow yourself plenty of time to complete so that you're not rushing. Fantastic to have you join us today. Really appreciate it. Thank you once again to our presenters. We've really appreciated the information you shared with us, and I wish everyone all the best. Good luck with your applications.